Now, I want to ask you, because you have a lot of experience with this, some ways for us to look and sound more professional, better microphones or
Okay, yeah.
equipment that the listener might want to have in mind as they improve.
It all depends on people's budgets. I mean, if they've got $1 million budget, then by all means, buy a full-on studio and make it like a full-on production thing. Like make it look like the news or something like that. The desk and backdrop and everything. If you got the budget for that, if you have a very simple budget, very low budget, I would just start with audio only. And I like audio over video when it comes to podcasting stuff. I think if your podcast does not have to show visuals, if you don't have to show something, then why do you need to do video? I guess maybe for social aspects of things. The video is very easy to share on social. It makes great sharing on social, video headshots and like the TikTok style posts and Instagram reel style posts. That's why I like using Riverside, because it'll make those little posts for you, which is great. But if you don't need the video side of things, don't do video. So I would start off with probably a Samsung Q2U microphone and a computer, which you already have. Most people have computers, I would hope. So that's really all you really need. If you want to do interviews, probably get some headphones. You don't need headphones. You can use these like Apple AirBuds. I've used those, and just so that you can hear your guest and your guest can hear you, and there's no what do you call it, loop back, like any kind of loop back feedback sound going back and forth. That's all that's really for. And a decent camera. Most laptops have decent cameras for the most part. If you're gonna do video type stuff, if that's your thing. But all you really need is a Samsung Q2U. In fact, when I was doing my client's show, and they were using, I kid you not, they were using those little like operator headsets, like telephone things that you plug into the computer. Those tiny little like things you use for conference calls or whatever. And they're doing the podcast with that. And with AI tools, I can clean that stuff up. And I got a few things, to make it sound decent. But I'm like, dude, you know what? This would be so much easier if they had a freaking microphone. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I would buy them a Samsung Q2U and ship it to their office. And sure enough, I did that. And it went from it sounded like a 3 to a 10, just like that. And that's all it takes. And the microphone is like $60, $70, maybe Amazon Prime, free shipping. Boom, there you go. And so, and I made the money back, in the next episode. So it's like, whatever, who cares? And so just make it sound easier. And it made it easier for me when I edit their show. So it doesn't sound like crap. I can make it sound way better. And they loved it so much that they bought a second microphone for one of their co-hosts or whatever. But a Samsung Q2U is great. If you want to go a little more advanced, actually, the next step up, if you want to do a little more, like the microphone I'm using right now is the Rode Pod Mic. It's the Pod Mic Original. I also have the Pod Mic USB. It's over there somewhere. I don't really use it that much, but I bought it because I wanted it. And it's the elevated version of this microphone. All it really means is that you can do both USB directly to a computer, and you can plug it into a console like this Rodecaster Pro I have right now. And so, but the cool thing about the Rode Pod Mic is that if you've ever experienced the new Rodecasters, the Rodecaster Duo and the Rodecaster 2, like the one I have right now, they've got really good preamps and really good sound processing built right into the device. Like, it is unbelievable how good this thing is, the way it sounds, the way it processes sound live. The Rode Pod Mic, the USB version, has all that tech built into the microphone. So, and it's only $200, double the price of this one, but it's so robust. You can do so many cool things. You can make it sound just like a Rodecaster with just a microphone and a USB plug into your computer. It can sound that good. And it's $200. So I highly recommend getting that. I know Shure's got some microphones too that do kind of the same thing. And everybody's got their microphones that's kind of the same things. I like Rode stuff. I've been using Rode stuff for a while. So that's where I land. I like the Rode Pod mics. They're not very much. They sound great. Literally, this microphone is $99. For the price of like one Shure SM7B microphone, you can get like 4 of these and have 4 friends sitting around doing a podcast together. So that's kind of what I look at. It's like if you have multiple people in the same room.
And for most people who have the MB7, which is a great mic, you have to know more about audio engineering than just a regular person. Like, to get the the SM7B,
Right,
to get
right.
the SM7B working for $400, you have to understand how to use a cloud lifter or what interface to go. And so having something that, like you're suggesting, the Rodecaster, the pod mic, that is $200 that plugs right into your computer, it's going to sound great without you having to be an audio engineer or having to find ways of having preamps and everything else.